Hey guys, here's my list of the top 5 players that you should be adding in every single fantasy basketball standard league right now. Number 5, we have Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn has always been a good fantasy player when given the playing time. This might finally be the case once again now that he's in Utah. His playing time has increased in the last 4 games that he's played 17, 23, 26, and now 27 minutes, as opposed to only 23 minutes for acting starter Talen Horton Tucker. Dunn's averages in the prior 3 games to today: he was averaging 12.3 points, zero point 0.7 threes, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.7 steals, zero point 0.3 blocks, and only 0.7 turnovers a game on 53% from the field and 60% from the line. Despite being known for his defense and being a high-level playmaker, Dunn hasn't really gotten a chance to stick for a team for some weird reason. Either way, he's providing some very good value in the absence of Colin Sexton. Due to the playmaking struggles of acting starter Talen Horton Tucker, Dunn has been asked to play alongside as a primary ball handler, increasing his value further. Dunn's going to be getting plenty of playing time to produce some spicy stat lines. Known for his steals, he can definitely help you win that category in your 9-cat standard leagues. He already has 6 in his first 4 games with the Jazz. Number 4, we have Xavier Tillman. Steven Adams is still without a timetable to return, and Brandon Clark just got diagnosed with a torn Achilles yesterday. Not much else needs to be said because now Tillman has a lock for 25 minutes a game here on out. Over the last 2 weeks, the former second-round pick has been averaging 10.6 points, 0.2 threes, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 0.8 steals, 1 block, and only 0.8 turnovers a game on 55% from the field and 73% from the line. It's pretty self-explanatory why you should add him. Tillman can produce in every single category and is as efficient as they come. He also doesn't require a whole lot of usage either, as he has to fight Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bane, John Morant, not really anymore, and Dylan Brooks in the offensive pecking order. Still, he doesn't need the ball to produce, and his averages clearly show that. He's only owned in 17% of Yahoo Fantasy Basketball leagues, and that is bound to go up very, very soon, so get on it right now, as he's going to be playing probably 27-plus minutes a game. Number 3, we have Charles Bassey. Bassey was one of the many good players that Doc Rivers felt wasn't ready. Obviously, he was very wrong and made a pretty big mistake. Bassey has been averaging very modest minutes, 14.1 minutes per game, but it's double what he was playing with the 76ers. In his time with the Spurs, he is averaging career highs in every category: 5.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, 1.2 dimes, zero point 0.4 steals, and 0.9 blocks a game on 63% from the field and 43% from the three-point line, and also 65% from the free throw line. Over the last 2 weeks, after being reinserted in the rotation, he has been averaging 8.3 points, 7.8 boards, 1.8 dimes, 1 steal, 1.3 blocks, and just 0.8 turnovers on 52% from the field and 40% from the line. He even hit a 3 during this time, which is just icing on the cake in terms of his fantasy potential. You should clearly monitor his situation, as Zach Collins is known for being injury-prone, but although he has been healthy for this season, Charles Bassey is still producing at a very high clip and averaging some pretty helpful numbers if you need a center in your standard league. Number 2, we have Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle has been a revelation since he was traded from Philly to Portland. Ever since he's been a starter for the Trailblazers, he's been putting up averages of 9.3 points, 3.3 rebounds, 1.3 dimes, 1.7 steals, 1 block, and just 0.3 turnovers a game on a blistering 56% from the field and also 2.7 threes a game. The defensive stalwart has been doing more than just putting up defensive numbers, which is more than the Blazers could have hoped for. With the Blazers still in the playoff race at 29-32, they are hoping he can help solve their problem that they've had for years: a reliable small forward. If only Philly knew what talent they had, i.e. Isaiah Joe, Charles Bassey, and now Thybulle. You should add him right now, as he's averaging very healthy minutes right now at 30.8 minutes a game, and his spot in the starting lineup is safe until Anthony Simons is eligible to return. He's only owned in 23% of standard 9-cat leagues in Yahoo right now, but that number is bound to go up very soon also. And number 1, we have Cam Reddish. When Reddish was in New York, Coach Tom Thibodeau didn't really want to utilize the young forward's services for some weird reason. Now that he's playing for a new team in Portland, Reddish is finally getting the run needed to produce at a high level. Over the last month, Reddish has been averaging 14.1 points, 2.4 threes, 2.5 boards, 2.3 dimes, 1.3 steals, 0.4 blocks, and only 1.6 turnovers a game on 47% from the field and 94% from the line. Over the last 2 weeks, he upped his scoring from 14.1 points to 15.8 points per game. Clearly, the change of scenery is helping Reddish find out what his ceiling truly is. The former Hawk and Nick is gaining a lot of opportunities on his new squad right now. He's scoring at a very efficient clip, getting steals, and even getting opportunities as a secondary ball handler. In Coach Chauncey Billups' post-game interview on Friday, he talked about how Reddish got a lot of burn at the one with the secondary unit. In the interview, he said, quote, "I thought he did a really good job," end quote. Expect continued growth from the 23-year-old forward as the season winds down. He's only owned in 26% of Yahoo Fantasy Basketball leagues somehow, but that number should be going up right now. Well, this is my list on the top 5 players that you should be adding in your fantasy leagues, and I'm going to be making more videos very soon, hopefully daily. Thanks, guys.